Good morning everyone, it's Lucinda here at Peak Wildlife Park again. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We are here for another Wake Up Wild. It is normally on Fridays, but I did do a post earlier in the week just to say that we were going to change the schedule up a little bit. So sorry about that if it caused any inconvenience for anyone. But as I say, I did promise the other day as well to take you guys up to the other side of the park. So I am up here at the moment, so I'm at Bouncy Castle side, if any of you have visited the park before. So we've got our black-nosed sheep up here. You can hear them in the background being very noisy. And we've got Phantom in with our black-nosed sheep. We've got our giant bunnies. And then we are going to take you up for a little treat to see our tapias this morning. So give me a shout if you want to go and see anyone in particular. As I say, we're going to take you for a little treat. No one ever goes up this side really for members of the public unless they have experience booked to meet our tapir. So we thought we'd take you guys up so you can have a little look at them, and we'll introduce to you who we've got up there. But if you'd like to see anybody else on the way back down, then please just pop that into the comments box below so we can go and see our rabbits, we can go and see our black-nosed sheep and Phantom. We've got Zach up here, our male alpaca. So please feel free to give me a shout, give me a heads up who you'd like to go and see. And as we make our way back down from meeting the tapirs, we will head on into wherever you guys want to go. So if you're watching this morning, if you've just joined us, give us a huge wave into the comments box. Let me know you're watching. Say hi in the comments as well. Give me a little wave, give me a little love heart. Let me know if you're watching this morning. So we've got a few people. So good morning to Darren and Christopher. Good morning to Karen. Good morning to Natalie. Good morning to Jenny, Carrie, Gary. Good morning to Justine. Good morning to Jess, Tom and Joe. Hi to Alison and Christopher. Hi to Justine. Hi to Emily. Hi to Annabelle. Hi to Karen. So as I say, we are going to make our way up to the tapirs so you guys can meet those, because obviously these are in an off-show area, so members of the public don't see these guys yet. This area is in development, but we're not sure when. We haven't got a date yet for opening, so I wanted to bring you guys up here as a little virtual tour behind the scenes so you guys can meet our 3 tapir, because they are really very adorable, very cute. So we've got 3 altogether. So we're going to give them a little bit of breakfast this morning so you guys can meet them. And then, as I say, on the way back down, let me know who you want to go and see, and we'll bob into a few different enclosures on the way back down this morning. So hi to Noel and Bella. Good morning to Megs and Connor. Good morning to Arlo and CJ. Hi to Lindsay. Just making sure I don't slip over this morning. Hi to Tanya, Esme and Archie. Good morning to Henry and Annabeth and Nathaniel. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. So we are going to be headed into our Tapia Enclosure. So I think Mike, one of our keepers, is up here at the moment. His favourite animal is the tapir. I'm sure if any of you have met Mike before, he will have definitely told you his favourite animal is the tapir. So we'll head round. So hi to Maria, hi to Eleanor and Nicola. Good morning to Maria. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Hi to Tilly, age 4. I hope you're enjoying it. Hi to Jason and Trish. Hi to Alice. Just got to wait for the door to be opened. So we are here with our tapirs. Hi, Mike. So I'll have to point out who's who for me, Mike.
Okay, so up here with his nose in the camera, this is George. Over here we've got Millie, and Tia's just wandered into the house, but she'll soon come back out once she realises that the food's outside.
So this is George here.
So this is young George, yeah?
And then who have we got?
And
Millie.
this is Millie. So Millie's our eldest tapir. Millie came to us in the summer of 2016, and she came to us from Blackpool Zoo. George and Tia are more new arrivals. These guys came to us in the spring of 2019. These are brother and sister, and they came to us from Bristol Zoo. They've both gone in. They've gone in simply because we normally give them the breakfast in the house, and they know that it's breakfast time. But they should soon come out. Tia's on her way back out now, so you can meet Tia. Good girl, madam.
So hi to Gemma as well. If you've got any questions about these guys, please do ask them, and I'll ask Mike. I'm sure he knows everything about them.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. But,
his favourite animal.
These guys are my favourite animal. So this is Tia here, our young female, and she's a very, very pretty girl, as you can see.
So these guys, I think Mike said earlier, but these guys came from Bristol Zoo earlier in 2019.
2019, yeah. I think it was March 2019, and I think we have got some of the keepers from Bristol watching this morning who are keen to see George and Tia again, because I know that they miss these guys, which is perfectly understandable. They are very, very cute, beautiful animals.
So Catherine's asking, what are these guys?
So these animals are an animal called a tapir. So these are Brazilian lowland tapirs. And a tapir is most closely related to a horse. So these guys are, best way of describing them is great big floppy nosed rainforest horses. And we have three, hello cheeky, we've got three that live here. So one male and two females. And we've got, this is George just over here, so this is Tia's brother. So there's 4 species of tapir in the world. These guys are Brazilian lowlands. And as you can see, they've got fantastic noses. They're quite large animals. These guys weigh... Thank you.
Thanks for that.
You're not the most elegant of tapirs, are you, George?
You might be able to hear them squealing in the background as well.
George is the more nervous one of the 3. So we got Tia, who's just as daft as a brush. Hey girl. We've got George, who's the slightly more shy, nervous one. And then we've got Millie, who's certainly the drama queen of the bunch. She's a very, very sassy girl, our Millie is. As you can see, she's gone inside. She's on protest now. She's saying, no, I'm waiting in here for my breakfast. And nothing you can do will bring me out. For sure, Mel, we've got Banana.
So we've got a few people asking how old they are, Mike.
So we got the eldest one is Millie, who's just got in the house. She was 18 last year, so she had her birthday at the end of last year.
Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, speak of the devil, she's coming out. Come on, Moo. We've got
Millie.
Banana here.
Come on.
I'll see if I can get Millie to come a little bit close. Like I say, she's a very, very sassy tapir. These two are as daft as brushes, but Millie's a bit more sensible. You're an older lady, aren't you, madam? So she's a little bit dramatic. She's a little bit. Oh, do I have to be on camera? Come here, Moo. Come on, Angel. I'll offer her some banana.
Oh, taking the camera. She's trying to take the camera off me.
Normally anything she won't do.
Hi. Hi.
As you can see, she's opening her mouth nice and wide there. She's saying, "Oh, please, just give me the food. I don't want to have to come out for the camera."
So I'm very inquisitive of the camera this morning. Hi.
They are very beautiful animals.
So you guys might be able to, if you've ever managed to catch a glimpse of these guys before, from our bouncy castle, you can see up past the fields and up to their enclosure, which is just off show at the moment.
Also, if any of you guys have done a keeper experience here before, you'd probably come up to meet these guys at some point. We do bring keeper experiences up here, and you can actually just book a plain tapir experience and come up and meet these guys and give them some lunch and learn all about them. So
I think we have got,
might have been lucky enough to meet these tapirs before.
I think we've got someone watching who's done a junior keeper before, so he's been up and met these guys.
Oh, fantastic. I hope you enjoyed it. It never becomes tiresome, to be honest with you. I've worked with these guys. Well, I've worked with Millie for as long as she's been here, so I've worked with Millie for 4 years now, and I never get fed up of working with these guys. They're brilliant fun, and they're fantastic characters. So you do have a lot of fun when you're a tapir keeper.
So we've got Tanya asking why are their noses so long.
So there's 2 reasons that they've got these big long noses, actually. One reason that it's very useful for, and one that it's actually designed for. In fact, I've actually brought something with me to demonstrate the thing that it's useful
Very nice. Here's one Mike made earlier. little demonstration. I'm
so
good.
You imagine these guys, they live in the rainforest. They spend all day eating branches, eating leaves of trees. So I've got some nice bamboo here. The bamboo stay green around here all year. So if I hold this up nice and high, you can see one thing these noses are very useful for is when these guys spend lots of time walking around the forest, looking for nice branches and nice tasty things to eat. These noses are really, really useful for reaching up in the air, grabbing leaves of branches, pulling them down and tearing them off. So that's one thing that this nose comes in very, very handy for, but it's not what it's actually designed for. And what it's designed for, see if any of you guys can guess, if I tell you that a tapir is a semi-aquatic animal. So
guys, have a guess. Put your guess into the comments box. We'll give you a few minutes to have a guess.
So tapirs are semi-aquatic, so they spend a lot of time in the water. So if you can think of something long and thin that you might need to use whilst you're doing a lot of swimming, whilst you're underwater. Oh, you've Lily's come out for the bamboo. And you think of what you might need a big long nose like that for.
Hear them squealing, they're so cute.
Yeah, the noises are beautiful. People are always surprised by that noise. You normally think that an animal this size would make like a large, loud growling noise or something, but no, they just make a very high-pitched squeaking noise. And that's their way of communicating with each other. They could be saying hello to another tapir, they could be warning of danger, they could be scared, they could be happy, they could be excited. There's various reasons they use that communication noise.
So we've got a few guesses coming in.
Okay.
So we've got swimming, snorkel, breathing underwater.
Okay, all correct. So a snorkel is the word I was looking for. That's exactly what this nose is. So this is basically an inbuilt snorkel. So so these guys spend a lot of time in the water. You can actually see some fantastic footage of these guys on David Attenborough where they're walking along the beds of lakes and the beds of rivers, and they'll stop every so often, just pop the nose up out of the water like a snorkel. Tia's going to demonstrate now. Just like this. Pop this nose up, take in a few good deep breaths, and then go back under. So they can actually spend hours in the water without needing to come out, just using this nose as a snorkel. So if any of you guys ever go to Brazil and you're hiking through the rainforest, if you ever go past a big lake and there's two holes poking up out of that lake, there's quite probably a tapir hiding under there. And it's because they spend so much time in the water that they've also got, it looks like they've got flaky skin. It's not flaky skin, it's this natural oil that they have on the skin. In fact, as I'm stroking Tia, you can see she's actually turning my fingers silver there. And it's not because she's greasy, it's just because she's got this natural oil on her skin which helps to keep her nice and waterproof. So these guys are constantly wearing the waterproof coats.
So we've got Lydia Rose just asking what the male's name is again.
So the male's called George.
And then we've got...
This is his sister Tia. So, like I say, Tia's the daft one of the bunch, George is the shy one, and Millie's the sassy one. They've all got their own personalities, and like I say, they're all fantastic fun to work with. I'm about to give them the breakfast in a minute. They're going to get a dry pellet for this morning. We also give them fruit and veg throughout the day. As you can see, we give them some branches. You look around here, we've chopped some trees down around here lately, so they've had lots of branches and logs. They've been very lucky. And you can see they've taken a lot of time picking all the bark off the branches and off the twigs in the enclosure. So this is a good example. If I show you this stick, this is what they've done to this stick, so they can spend ages just picking bark off, chewing it nicely, and it's good enrichment for them. It keeps them nice and busy, it allows them to behave naturally, and it's also a fantastic toothbrush because tapirs don't have Colgate and toothbrushes like we do, so they require on chewing branches and chewing logs to keep their teeth nice and clean.
I cannot get over the noise they make. They're so cute.
So these guys are being nice and sociable. As you can see, Millie's just standing there grumpily saying, hurry up and give me my breakfast. You're too old for this, aren't you, Emil?
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, Mike.
Okay then, guys, hope you had fun, and like I say, when we're back open again, hopefully you guys will, if you book some experiences, you'll be able to come and meet these tapirs. It's certainly worth it. They're fantastic animals.
That's amazing. Thank you very much.
Okay,
we'll leave
guys,
the
enjoy the
tapirs
rest
to
of your
have
day.
their breakfast because we've got Tia squealing away here. You can go and have your breakfast now. So remember guys, as I make my way back down from this enclosure, please do pop into the comments box where you would like to go next. So remember, we can go and meet our rabbits, or we can go and see, so we'll pass Zach on the way down as well, our male alpaca. And we've got our black-nosed sheep and phantom as well. So let me know who you want to go and see, and we'll bob into their enclosure on the way down. But we thought we'd give you a little treat by going to meet our tapias. So we hope you enjoyed that. They are very adorable animals. And as Mike says, you can meet them if you've booked an experience with us. So if you've booked a keeper experience, or we do tapir experiences as well that are available to buy. So if you want to meet them, at the moment you'd have to purchase one of those. But hopefully we will have this side open at some point where you guys can come up and see them in their enclosure. So we've got a few people saying rabbits, black-nosed sheep. So we are going to pass Zach, but he's actually quite far away at the moment. So maybe on another video we'll get him out, we'll take him for a walk so you guys can have a close look at Zach. But he is an all black alpaca. And he came from our sister park down in Wales. So hopefully he will be the dad to some little baby alpacas at some point as well. But we've got a lot of people saying rabbits, so I think we'll head into the rabbit enclosure now, and you guys can see some of our giant rabbits. So let me know if you visited the park before, let me know who your favourite bunny is, and I'll take you over to see them if I can find them. So they have got quite a large enclosure. They do quite like hopping around and exploring, so I'll try and take you over to every single bunny so you guys can have a little good morning with them. So Catherine's asking what our sister park in Wales is called. So it's Manor Wildlife Park. It's in Tenby, so right at the bottom of Wales, right at the very, very bottom. But it's called Manor Wildlife Park. So we've had Zach from there, and they've had a few of our bunnies as well. So some of you might notice that we bred our bunnies a couple of years ago, but we haven't got them here, so some of those guys went down to Manor Wildlife Park, so they've got a rabbit walkthrough as well. So good morning to Kerry and baby Albert who've just joined us, and you're one of our supporters, so thank you very much. Hi to Lulu. So let me know if you're watching as well, guys. Let me know if you've just joined in. So give us a little wave in the comments box or say hello. If anyone would like a shout out as well, then please pop the names into the comments box and I'll give you guys a shout out. So I've just got Darcy next to me at the moment. So he is about 5 now, Darcy is 5 or 6 years old, and he is one of our male rabbits. So he's in our main walkthrough. A lot of you might have met Darcy when you visited the park before. So we've got Joe over here, so after asking a few names, who have we got here? So we've got Obi-Bun Kenobi here as his full name. And you guys helped name this little guy, so he was born here at the park. And we've got his dad in the neighbouring enclosure as well, so we'll go and meet Robert in a second. But some of you might remember that you helped name our bunnies that we had born here. So we had a competition if it was going to be Bun Puns or Beatrix Potter names, and the Bun Puns won. So we had Obi-Bun Kenobi, we had David Hasselhoff. I can't remember them all, I'm really sorry, I'm not very good at naming. But those guys, as I said, some of them went down to our sister park, Manor Wildlife Park, so they have now got a few of our bunnies. But this is Dad Robert we've got in here. Come on, bud. Come on then. So we'll see if we can get him out this morning. So he's just in his little house at the moment. So he was the dad to the litters that we've had here at the park. And we've got another one of his sons next to him. So again, Joe, I might have to ask you, who's the rabbit with Robert?
Baby.
David Hasselhoff. So we've still got him. So we've got David Hasselhoff, this little guy here. So he is in with his dad in our neighbouring enclosure to our rabbit walkthrough. So you guys might be able to see him if you visited before lockdown, or when hopefully we reopen. You guys will get to see these two. So we've got David Hasselhoff and Robert over here enjoying their little hay breakfast this morning. So I'll give a shout out to Holly, Tiana, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we've got Ava saying hello to myself and all the bunnies, so hello to you as well. Hello to Stephen. If you've got any questions, please pop them into the comments box, or if you've got any, let me know your favourite bunnies and I'll try and take you over to meet them as well. So if I had to choose, I would have to say that Robert is my favourite bunny, because he is just super cute. He's got absolutely lovely colouring as well. So he's got this blue opal colour, which is absolutely beautiful. And he's so inquisitive as well. He's so confident, Robert is. So whenever you come into the enclosure, he's the first one over to say hello. He comes straight over and he loves a good fuss as well. So hello to Eleanor and Charlotte. Hi to Emma and Tilly. Hi to Danny. So I think Kay's enjoying the names there. She's one of our supporters as well, so thank you for joining and watching. So if I try and remember some of the other names that they were called. So as I said earlier, we had Obi-Bun Kenobi as well, just in the main walkthrough. But for the life of me, I can't remember the last 3 names that we had. So I'm so sorry about that. But those guys are now in Manor Wildlife Park, so they do videos as well. So if you wanted to go and meet those guys, they have done a rabbit video before. So you can head onto their Facebook page and you can meet some of our rabbits that were sent down there as well. So hi to Jack, Alice and Mia. Hi to Lizzie and Nicola. So let me know if you want to go. You can see the black-nosed sheep in the background there, just as I mentioned them. So we have got our 3 black-nosed sheep over there, and we've got Phantom as well. So I'll head back into our main walkthrough and see who we can find in there as well. So remember guys, if you want any shout outs, please just let me know you're watching by giving us a little wave, reacting to the video as well. Just let us know that you're watching. So it's really nice to have you guys watching us, even though you can't visit the park at the moment. It's really nice to see all the support from you guys as well. So we've got Emma asking, how does she become a supporter? So if you head onto our Facebook page, there is a button at the top that says become a supporter, and that way we are going to be giving you guys that are supporters, we're going to be giving you guys some exclusive content as well, and you'll get early bird access to any offers that we're running and things like that. So please, if you want to, then head onto our Facebook page and just press become a supporter, and you'll also get a little badge, so we will make sure that we give you a shout out when you're watching the videos. So speaking of that, so Pauline has just put a comment in and she's a supporter as well. So she's asking to go and see Phantom. So when I leave here, we'll bob our heads in and make sure we say hello to Phantom this morning. But we have got our last bunny. She's just poking her head out. So a shout out to Gio as well. Thank you so much for joining us. So she's just decided to come out this morning. Very inquisitive of the camera. So good morning Jensen and Alex, thank you for joining. Good morning Spencer and Samantha. So as I say, let me know if you want to go in and see our black-nosed sheep, or if there's anyone else you'd like to see on our next few videos. Then please just pop that into the comments section. I know a few of you were saying meerkats, penguins and lemurs earlier, so they are the other side of the park, but we will next week, when we are back to our live videos, we'll head over that way and I can take you in to see those guys as well. So hi to Lydia and hi to Amelia as well. Thank you so much for joining us. So we will see So you see we've got Phantom here and our 3 black-nosed sheep. So we've got Mum Alice in there, and we've got Noah, and we've got Tip as well. So Noah was born in the first lockdown. So many of you might have seen the videos, might have managed to see him earlier this year. So he's almost the same size as the others now, so they grow very, very quickly. And we've got Phantom as well. So I'll see if I can bob my head in to get you guys a little bit closer as well. So Phantom is one of our African pygmy goats, and the reason she is in this enclosure with our black-nosed sheep is because she has got one eye. So Phantom lost one of her eyes. She had infections in her eyes, but they only managed to save one of her eyes. So she's now into our black-nosed sheep enclosure because she was getting a little bit pushed out by the other goats. So we thought we'd put her in here, and since being in here, she has become so confident. She absolutely loves being one of the sheep. She now counts herself as a sheep rather than a goat. So a lot of you do know Phantom. She's just running away from the camera there. She must be camera shy. So let me know. I'll try and get a little bit closer for you guys, but she is running away from the camera, so I don't want to. Phantom! Phantom! Come on then. Good girl. So Phantom is absolutely adorable. And I'll tell you a very funny story about Phantom as well. So she actually gave me a black eye once because of her having one eye. I was in here taking some photos of her and videos of her, and she ran over to say hello, but it was my own fault as well. I completely forgot she had one eye, and she ran straight into the camera whilst I was holding it up to my face and gave me a black eye. So it's partially my fault, but she did not stop at all. She just come running straight over to me to say hello, which was a very adorable video, but at the same time gave me a black eye. So there's a very funny story about Phantom for you. So we've got Raf asking how big the horns get on the sheep and the goats. So on our African pygmy goats, their horns will continuously grow, but very, very, very slowly. So they will just gradually get a bit bigger and a bit bigger. So if you've seen our male African pygmy goats at the other side of the park, you can see their horns are quite large in comparison. So Phantom here is about, I'm trying to remember now, she's about 4 or 5 years old now. So her horns, so I've got a sheep nibbling on my back at the moment. Sorry guys. So I've got Noah nibbling on my back there. And you can see actually that Noah's horns are very small in comparison. So we'll go over and we'll see how big Alice's horns are. But it's the same context really, so they'll continue to grow throughout their life. But just really, really slowly. Noah, good lad. So we'll head over and I'll just show you how big in comparison that Alice's horns are. Hi. So you can see that hers go out as well and spiral outwards. So the difference between Noah's, that's the difference you get with genetics and different things like that. So you can get some where they go outwards, so much like Alice's here, hers will go out to the side. Whereas we had Mac, our male before, who was also gone down to Manor Wildlife Park, his horns were quite close to his head, so they'd sort of curl round. They'd be really close into his head here, whereas as you can see, Alice's go really far out. So that's just to do with genetics and different sheep as well. But little Noah here has just got little horns at the moment, so it's very different as well. So there's a difference between horns and antlers. So you might see that our Vietnamese Sika deer have antlers, and the difference between those is antlers grow really, really quickly, and they will drop them every single year as well. So our deer will drop their antlers every year and then grow a new set every year, which will get bigger and bigger every year that they're growing. So Staggy has lost his for 3 or 4 years now, so we've got 4 sets of antlers from him, and each set is a little bit bigger than the last, so they've got one more point on, and it's a good way of indicating how old they are as well. So they'll get another point on their antlers for how old they are. So we've got Poppy Grace asking how old the sheep are. So Noah, as I said, was born in the first lockdown. So he was born sort of March, April time last year. So he's just coming up to his first birthday. And then we've got Alice mum, who is about, so we've got these guys back in. So she must be about 4 now, I think, 3 or 4. And then we've got Tip next to her, who was one of her first litters here at the park. So she is about 3 years old now. But these guys are super cute. They are actually known as the world's cutest sheep, because they are very, very fluffy. And they're so docile as well. I know many people keep these as pets because they are just so docile and so lovely to be around. So we've got Victoria asking, do they find it hard to see? So sometimes what we have to do, we'll trim around their eyes. So they do have a lot of fur, but we will trim around their eyes so they can see a bit better, see around their enclosure better as well. But they're actually they do take it really, really well. So you see there, you can still see little Noah here, but there you can see his eye is quite far into his fur. But that's no problem for him. He can still see his way around the enclosure, but we do give him a little trim every now and then so they can see a little bit better. And they do get sheared as well. So sometimes these sheep can be sheared twice a year, but we only tend to do it sort of once at the park at the moment. So before it gets really hot, we'll shear all their wool off so they're not too hot in the summer as well. But yeah, thank you so much for joining this morning, guys. I think we will leave it there. And next week we'll be back to our normal schedule of Mondays and Fridays, and we'll go back to the other side of the park. So please do let me know if there's anyone you want to go and meet, anyone in particular. If you've purchased any adoption packs and you want to go and meet who you've adopted, then these videos are a great way to do that as well. So you can let me know who you want to go and see, and I'll take you around to meet them. And we can't wait to have you guys back. Hopefully it'll be soon, but we really, really don't know. So as soon as we know any information, we'll let you guys know as well. But in the meantime, please just continue watching our videos. So we'll be back to Mondays and Fridays for breakfast, and we will be doing our training video on Tuesday, and I think we'll be back with our zebras for their training video on Tuesday. So all of them are at 9 o'clock as well, so please just tune in and get involved as well. Like I say, it's all up to you guys who you want to go and see, so please don't hesitate, just pop in that name into the comments box and we will go and meet them as well. So thanks for joining, and we shall see you soon.